All right, it's time to talk solution seeking. Here is an update to a story that we brought you on Monday. In Hickory Hill, a homeowner called ABC24 about blight and illegal dumping. And ABC24 Scott Mattis is here with us in studio to talk about where things stand right now.
Yeah, good morning to you, Yvonne. We've got an update on this story, like you said, that we brought to you on Monday. You might remember I brought you to Winchester Point Cove on Monday and showed you some pretty unsettling dumping that was going on there. One woman called me, and then I went out and I saw the devastation. You're looking at mattresses, you're looking at shopping carts, tires, and everything else in between, just dumped on the side of the road. And only after our ABC24 news investigation, the city of Memphis responded. Memphis code enforcement investigated and marked the location this week. They tell me a notice of violation was issued to the property owners, and a follow-up inspection is scheduled if the property owners say that they will not comply, essentially, Yvonne. Now, if they do fail to comply with the legally required time frame, a summons will be issued requiring their appearance in the Shelby County Environmental Court. They went on to tell me that code enforcement is aware that most people responsible for illegal dumping or associated with commercial enterprises attempting to cut costs by avoiding those landfill fees. That's a huge point of contention. Now, they all want to remind us that you can report illegal dumping by simply calling 311 or using that 311 app. Everybody has access to this. Everyone can get it. Now, the bottom line to this big story, action as a result of our ABC24 news investigation. That's what we want. You know, there's a lot of people, Yvonne, that don't do the right thing. And we see it every single day. And, you know, I wrote something down just a short while ago. Do what's right.
Yes.
Do what's right, especially when no one is looking.
Yes,
that is
the definition of good character.
Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely. And, you know, just one more point of contention. This is what we do here at ABC24 News. We seek solutions on a daily basis. That's what I've been tasked with, and that's what I've been doing with the better part of my career. And we're going to keep on doing that, not just for ABC24 News, but for the entire Mid-South and the city of Memphis.
Yeah, that is action and accountability at work. The neighbor that you spoke to,
right.
Have you spoken to her since then, since this update?
Yes, I have, and she is so elated. She's so excited. And, you know, this just brings it back home on why we do what we do here at ABC24 News. They're elated. The entire neighborhood is elated, excited, because what we're talking about also is property values going down potentially as a direct result of this illegal dumping. And that was one of the biggest points from the very beginning. And so action as a result of our investigation, the city of Memphis is taking action. Right now, they have moved part of the debris, if you will, to the other side of the road, and they've marked it with red paint. What that means is crews will now come with a large truck and pick all of that up. But the bottom line to this big story, when does it stop?
Yes.
Do what's right, especially when no one is looking.
A great message there and a great report. Scott, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, you know, the bottom line to this big story, we seek solutions. All you have to do is text solutions to 901-321-7520. Take a picture of this, write it down, do whatever you have to do. This goes directly to me, and I will solve your problem. 901-321-7520.
Scott Mattis on the scene and on the story. As always, thank you.